We out here, Paw Paw, Michigan, Growing Pains to Grow facility. I'm excited. Got Tom and Seth, some of the flavor makers in the market. You guys have won Zalympix. You guys are taking over competitions in Michigan and across the US. So let's go check out these grow rooms.
Let's do it.
Let's go. All right, so this is the hallway, right? The original hallway. You want to tell me about this building a little bit?
Yeah, so this is the old side of the building. It's tight hallways. We're like 5.5 feet crammed in here, but we were doing everything back in the day when we first started. Cloning. We had a
whole operation.
Everything, dude. We were, trimming in the hallways. We got the dosatrons here that are lined up on the walls.
So wait, you guys were trimming in here too?
So we would harvest, and then right in the other hallway at the end of the door, we were trimming in there, So we're like dragging plants down. I mean, there's like no space for anything in here, bro. It was insane. Yeah, and I mean, can you imagine there's clone racks back there too? So then that's taking up more hallway space.
Oh my goodness.
We've got all the nutrients over here down at the end of the hallway. The dosatrons, they're direct feeding into the plants because we didn't really have room for like reservoirs or anything like that. So these are basically our main stock tanks. They're pulling up from here into the dosers, and then they're feeding each room. So each doser goes for a separate room. So everybody's got their own separate recipes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's worked out for what it is, but it just gave us a shot to get our feet wet, get in the game a little bit,
All right, mom room, veg room, kind of where all the magic happens, huh? The people, the genetics.
Yep, the people that know.
Is this what do we got in here? This looks like a row of moms.
Yep. So we got moms that we're starting over here. Used to have another table right here that was also moms. We're kind of retrofitting the facility a little bit right now, adding another double stack here just to kind of hold more genetics. We're doing a lot of pheno hunts. Got to start backing things up, really fine tuning those new phenos that we got. So if we can have some smaller moms just to be able to harbor those genetics, it's going to give us a little bit more space going vertical. But
all good workable size moms in here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
keeps them clean and makes it just
we used to run them huge, and all these guys were getting up on ladders and we're stripping the bottoms and everything, and now we try to just take cuts one time, get these things in and out, and just keep everything rotating.
Hell yeah.
Over here, you're gonna see we got some new genetics here on the front of the table that we're kind of harboring, but the rest of this is all production stock for one of the old rooms down the hallway here.
Okay.
So
we got
this is kind of our staging
some new
area.
stuff over here. What do we got?
Oh yeah, I'm not necessarily supposed to be talking about it. But, no, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. So we got the sour lemon drop. So this is a new hasher that we're really excited about. Jason's been going out and talking to a lot of these guys to find some new stuff. We've got too much limes in here. That's a new one. We're holding the old rainbow belts right there. We've got I did see somewhere the Zyrup times sangrias in here, which are also exciting. So that's something that we bred. We're looking for some new strains on the Dippin' Dots.
Dippin' Dots.
Yep.
Oh man.
We got some other stuff from Capulator. Shout out to Capulator. He hooked us up with the goat gas, Colombian Cap Junkie, frozen lemons.
Yep.
Just trying to keep new shit going. I think it's also worth mentioning everything you see up here for production stock, we're gonna start running rooms just for hash, like a dedicated room. So we got
we've talked about that. Plants grow a little differently when you're harvesting for hash or whether you're harvesting for flower. You tend to pull those hashes a little earlier. So most places can't do a dedicated hash room. So that's nice that you guys are gonna be able to do that.
Also, we just tend to find that sometimes the smokability of the flower side on some of these hash only strains, it doesn't always translate to the flower, obviously the flower is what makes the rosin, but there's kind of a certain texture that I'm looking for as I'm breaking the bud down. I want that kinetic sand, and sometimes with the hashers you grind it and you open it up, and even though it's like a fresh plant that's kind of moist and wet still, it breaks down into a very hashy, keefy breakdown. And so when we notice that and we tend to roll it and smoke it, it smokes. It's just a little less unenjoyable than maybe otherwise. So it's just little fine
And
details.
I'm gonna say, worse, your palate is probably way different or way more picky than my palate.
Sure,
And my palate is probably way more picky than half the viewers at home.
Right.
And you're talking about very minute differences when it comes to this. It's not like the weed is trash or a day earlier. You're talking very, very minuscule details, just dialing in that plant. It makes a difference whether you pull it on this day compared to tomorrow.
Correct.
So,
correct. Yeah, you're gonna pull, you know, a lot of these Skittles and Z-Turfs. You're gonna pull them earlier. You know, 49 to 52 days, somewhere in that range. That's where that Skittles is gonna pop, and it's gonna be bright and loud and lemon cleaner almost. And you know, you run it a little bit longer, and you're gonna pull out some of that other. Maybe it's more of a gelato finish on it, or maybe a little bit more of like a
sweeter, like different.
Funk. Yeah. So, you know, really trying to dial in those days that you pull them, you know, it's super important.
Every strain's different.
Yeah, you'll see the sour lemon drop up here going into production, the pineapple Skittles. So that's our first hatchery, and that's going to start making it into production. We're excited about that.
All right, so what do we got going on in this room here?
New thing that we're working on here with the chroma. So the under-canopy lights isn't really new to us in this in our facility, but we're doing some far reds with it. So if you see like this row over here, it is freaking like just pointing straight up. The leaves are going crazy.
So you guys are adding a red spectrum in there?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, far red.
With far red with the under-canopy.
With the under-canopies. Most people do them up top. We've tried that. Actually, in this room, we had little mixed light project we ran for a few runs, and ultimately we decided to pull the plug on that. Didn't see the results we were looking for, but definitely had our interest peaked as far as the far reds. You know, you should be able to, at least in theory, finish things a little bit sooner. So we do have some strains that tend to be 10-week, maybe even 11-week strains, cranberry Skittles, honey banana, Los Muertos. So we're really trying to incorporate these into those rooms to see if we can finish those in a little more condensed period of time.
Hell yeah.
It's 730 nanometers is like the technical term for it, but you're only running that for 5 minutes at the end of the day.
Okay.
Right? So it's a very
lights
short
go
period
off
of time.
and you do red light on and it's 5 minutes.
Red light district, baby.
Okay.
Yep. Exactly. So you can see here with the Slimer, you can see this grease on the glove. It's like
slimy.
Yeah, it's slimy, right? Yeah, hence the name.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can you'll get this with certain genetics. So you're gonna get some strains that are gonna be extremely greasy, and then some that are gonna have like a lot of like white heads all over your glove. That's kind of almost distinguish how you can tell if it's a washer or not. So like when it's greasy like that, that means it's gonna grease up the bags, and it's not gonna like, the resin just doesn't really work with the solventless that well. So your yield could be like 0.1%.
It's a smoker. It's a flat.
Well, it's a smoker, or if you wanted to go to like a hydrocarbon extraction and do live resin or something, I mean, the
already going to be just like in and out. I got you.
Because they can pull everything off a hydrocarbon, where, you know, because of the processes of solventless and the way we sift through the screens at the end of it, you know, some of these like greasy, terpy strains, they just clog up the screens and
it gets lost in the mix.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so this is the second part of your guys' building.
Yeah.
You guys added this on to your previous location.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been in this whole facility? When did you guys?
4 years, probably.
Okay,
Yeah.
and so you worked out of the other side, outgrew the other side, added this on. What do we have going on over here?
It's a small addition, you know, just a small 12,000 square foot. Original side was like 5,000 square foot, so it's not like double the size of the old building or nothing. But
bright, shiny, new.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, the floors are wet, but they're not wet. They're nice and epoxy. You know, we got all the fancy shit in here, so. Big change, you know, lots of ceiling space. You know, we can walk 3 wide.
If you want to, you could trim in this hall.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we get the ping pong table in here when the matchups go hard, you know, and just like they're beefing out back there about like who's pulling leaves the fastest. And I'm like, all right, bust out the ping pong table. Tell them, boys.
Let's go.
Winner take all.
So More flower rooms over here. You have another veg room over
Yep,
here.
6 more flower rooms. We got a dedicated mom room. We have a dedicated veg room. So yeah, it's super nice. You know, we got everything split out. So if there's ever a problem in the mom room or the veg room, or, you know, COVID 2020 breaks out in there, you know, we're separated them. They're sealed off.
You're good to go.
Everything's good to go.
All right,
You know,
let's take a
protect the
look.
whole facility.
The clone room, all the babies, nice and humid in here.
Oh yeah.
You guys got
You
all
gotta
your
keep it.
genetics starting out, growing. This is first stage, right? This is right after they
This is where it all starts.
Man.
Yeah, cut them
Yeah,
off
bro.
the moms, bring them in here. Got a couple different rooms. So we got, these are a little bit earlier in the process. You can see we cut those on 5/1. These were cut on April 24th. So you'll see these, we got the Lance. Clones really starting to blast through. And it's funny, you know,
Crazy
we
root
talk about a
coverage
lot
thing,
of
man.
different genetics, and you know, I'd like to say every one of our clones looks like that, but certain genetics definitely root better than others. You know, it's just the
And what
the
is
bigger
this?
they have.
This
Lance,
genetic here,
the Lance.
Man.
Yeah, you know, just
mean,
the
what did you
banger. She does
expect,
it
right?
all.
She does it all. So
Yeah.
she smokes good, grows good, everything
Yeah.
you can ask for.
Yep,
Yup,
that's why
man.
we agreed with her.
Hell yeah.
So we got down to this Zangria and Zyrup that we really liked, and this was all we could do to save this re-veg plant, and lo and behold,
We got roots.
that little girl rooted. So it was not looking so hot there for a minute.
She
She pulled through. Yep. So
Who's coming with me? We got Jerry McGuire over here. Who's coming with me?
Yep, exactly. So
But that's what it takes, you know. I mean, it's so hard to back all these things up, and it's so hard to have the space, the time, all of it for it. So, you know, sometimes you're just like running and gunning, you know, flying by the seat of your pants, and then at the end of it, you're like, that was fire.
I mean, you see, yeah, I mean, and you see the weed trends are
Yes,
like
yeah.
waves, bro. You see some strain come and hit the market, it disappears for a little bit, and then it's like, hey, where'd that go? We
Exactly.
need that one back.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, trying to keep holding on to those strains for the 2 years it goes absent to bring it back into the market later is. You have to plan for it.
Generations, right?
Yeah.
You know,
It's hard
honestly,
to-
some of these cuts have been in the garden for freaking, you know, decades. Like Burnout OG has been with us. I mean, for seriously coming up on a decade. You know, Motor Breath 15 has been over a decade. You know, some of these things have just been around, and it's like, I'm a hoarder. You know, I'm trying to save all of them. I'm like, but like, you know, like they're gonna want it back. Like we're gonna bring it back, right? You know, and
You
even
got
if
an
we don't-
at-home garden just
Yeah.
full of like 200 different strains.
Exactly.
Don't you?
Yeah, exactly. You walk in, you're like, Tom, this is how you live? What the fuck, bro? I got plants on the floor, like everywhere, just growing.
I knew it.
No,
I
don't
knew
touch
it.
those. Those are my GMOs from 2009.
So, what do we got going on in here?
Yeah,
You-
well, everybody, you know, the doctors always tell you to get your greens. So, like, this is part of it. We get the guys nice and healthy. You know, they're on a high fiber diet.
blend it all up.
Yeah. No, but honestly, so this is where we start the cuts. You know, we're going in, like we were talking about before. Here, I'll even pick up this nice little bouquet. So you got Delish right here. And so this is one of the things we were talking about by having like homogenized cuts, the same kind of like, you know, radius or girth to each of these stems. They're all the same length. They're all healthy. So they're all going to root roughly at the same rate. If we start getting small caliper plants, you know, those are going to start to root a little bit slower. And, you know, when you're talking 1 or 2 days and you're trying to keep a production stock up and we're harvesting every 7 days, we just got to stay on those schedules. So the more homogeneous.
So these just kind of these you just clipped off the moms.
Yep.
They go into the buckets to start that before you put them into any type of rock wool to start to root.
Yeah, we call them kind of hardening off. So Seth alluded to it earlier, but we're putting them in the cups. We're stacking just enough plants in there to keep them upright and keep the stem straight. But we're also letting that plant, what it's going to do is actually start soaking up some of that water in that cup, and it's going to kind of harden off the stem, we'll call it. You know, that's our bro science tech, but that's just what we've seen that's worked. If they can like suck up some of that water, I think it just kind of gives them an extra little bit of life while you plug these things, versus like sometimes you can be plugging them and they can be kind of like a hard or like a wet noodle, you know. And so by doing this, you really get a nice firm stem. I think
You don't
it's
want
just
to put them
fully
in there and
hydrated.
just fall over right away and just yeah, I gotcha.
Sometimes when we bring them in too, you'll put them in cups, and these cuts that are fresh right off the plant will start to kind of not wilt, but like they're not perked up.
Yeah.
So to Tom's point, like we put them in the water to let that water start to go up that main stem and whatnot. And usually we'll put them in here. We take these today. We'll plug these tomorrow.
Okay,
Right?
so it's not like they're sitting in here for a long time.
No,
12 hours.
Just a nice little thing. Okay. Okay, dedicated mom room.
Yep, dedicated mom room. All our babies in here. We're usually running like 6 to 8 plants for moms at a time. We're looking for big girthy cuts, you know. We want them to be all kind of homogenized, I guess, as the size, girth, everything, because then they're gonna root at the same size.
I see my lance.
There it is.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna
I know you love that
There
girl.
she is.
Mom.
Yeah.
That's where you gotta be like distract us so you could like
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna be selling cuts on the black market.
Yeah, take the whole pot out.
Exactly. Yeah, we got more lance over here. We're really doubling down. I swear, like, you know, I got bad problems, right? But like, you know, I'm just selling too much lance. You know, it could be a lot worse. So
It could be worse.
yeah, the people have spoken. We're trying to double her up in some of the rooms just because like every time I'm selling it, like, you know, people are catching their feelings. Like, man, you didn't give me no lance at the end of this? Like, bro, what about your boy? And I'm like, I didn't even get none. Like, damn. So
Love it. Love it.
So we spray sulfur in here. You see a lot of like the white residue on top of the leaves. So that's kind of just like pest management, mold management. We're always trying to be proactive. You know, we're not in here being reactive. Hey, there's a problem, go crazy.
These aren't moldy leaves.
No, correct. Yeah, exactly.
They're helping the
PM
play,
everywhere. Don't worry. Edit that out, boy. Edit it out. You know.
Great.
I got this like stack of money in my pocket, so it makes sure it really
don't
gets
say nothing
edited.
about that, all right?
Yeah.
We'll,
Bleep. But yeah, so that's just a big thing that we use. We really believe in sulfur. It's got a lot of advantages to it. So we're really just using it at mom and veg, maybe like the first week of flower, but not saying we don't have problems. We're not perfect, but we're really trying to be proactive. If there's a problem, it's generally going to be started on like a clone or something that we're bringing in outside of the facility, you know, of a new genetic. And so as long as we're diligent, we're washing those things and we're clean and we catch all of this stuff early, the place is spick and span, you know, like, you know, Seth's really, you know, the one running these guys over here, and like the team is like, they're all dedicated. They all love this shit as much as we do. And everyone's obsessed.
You guys are like, as a team, as a brand, I mean, you guys really got it going on.
Appreciate that, bro.
You two. Shout out Jiffy out there in the
Shout out
streets
little
and all that stuff. So Jason, you're doing that. Like, I know you guys, so I just know that the rest of your team is all on that same standard. So
Appreciate that, bro.
We appreciate that, and I'm glad that it's bleeding out to everybody. You know, that's all
you can tell. I mean, you can tell. You can tell.
Yeah. So actually, we got a little bit of setup, a different setup in here. So we got a double stack, we got 2 double stacks, and we got 1 triple stack. So kind of the intention is we're starting on the triples. They're there for 7 days. They run over here for 7 days on the double stack. It gives them a little bit more space. And then it goes into the room. So they're only in this room for 14 days.
Quick, in and out.
Yep. So we're cloning, plugging, and then 10 to 14 days, they're ready to go to flower and start running marathons.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So
see some A5, some burnout OG.
Yeah. So basically, the 2 racks here is our next room, right? So we got 4 tables essentially, the way that I look at it. So those are gonna be the next 4 tables that go into the next room.
Gotcha.
Yep. Exactly. The LED and the HBS debate, when you're talking about a vegetative growth, isn't necessarily always as important to us. Like, we find we're getting similar growth between both of them, but we can run more LEDs, we can run them lower wattage, because they don't need a lot of PPFD. They don't need like this massive sunlight in these first 10 to 14 days of growth.
Another thing on these like smaller compartments that you got, if you run like a double-ended or a traditional lighting system, you don't have as much room for that light to really dissipate, right? So by getting this fixture that's 4 feet wide, it's as wide as the benches, you get that throw that's real even all the way down.
Exactly. We got some new genetics in here. This one's our kerosene candy that we bred. That's the burnout OG times Zyrup. So it's got the gas on it, the burnt rubber, you know, it's like, but you know, they're smoking a fucking Zyrup blunt on the back end as they're doing a burnout. Shit's tight, bro.
I'm excited for that one. I remember you guys talking about that when we did the podcast. So you guys have been tuning in. Maybe you guys have heard of that kerosene candy strain. I know you mentioned that was
we got a couple of them. You'll see them in the next room.
Just how long it takes to get to this, you know? It's like we were kind of talking about our first little like, we think we got a winner, and then it was like, oh shit, this one's good. And then like, you know, this is probably 6 months since we did the last podcast. Now we're just loading up one row of it. So
it's cool to see the progress and see it all happen.
Yeah, it's nice, man. It's fun. So we got two different phenos here of kerosene candy. So we have the 37 and the 32. We hunted these over 80 beans that we bred, which is the burnout OG times the Zyrup. So this one we're gonna end up calling the 37 is gonna be the petrol fumes. It's a little gassier, really takes more of that original burnout OG nose, flavor, flavor translation, all of it. Where this one is really like a beautiful homogeneous mixture of the burnout and the Zyrup. You know, you really taste the burnout, the burnt rubber on the front end of it, but that back end is full of like sweet candy gas that the Zyrup has always delivered. So this is a new one that we're running. It's Dippin' Dots by Fire Farmer. This is something we're really excited about. Smells really, really good. It's crunch berries times the delish. So you can really smell those like sweet retreat crunch berry terps that are coming off of that thing. She's growing really nice. She's stacking really well. So for like a kind of a Skittles crunchberry variant, we're really excited about how this one's running.
What stage or where are we at with this room here?
So we're like day 9 right now in this room. We've got Delish over here on the far row. We've got Candy Bones on this row. We got Red Hots or Hot Tamales down here on the far end, and then we've got Lance. Yeah, it's our little twist on it, right? Like a lot of guys are running the Red Hots. We want to call it the Hot Tamales, both kind of a cinnamon terp candy that we think is coming off of it.
It's a little bit different.
It's different, you know, we're excited about it. We just actually entered that one into the Billies, so that's the one we're believing in right now.
Okay. You know, rosin on that one is fire.
The plant looks a little smaller, like not as...
Notice that on the delish too.
Yeah,
you know,
I would say real big, I have full plants kind of in here, and on the outside with the delish and the tamale is a little different.
Yeah, the Lance is an overachiever, man. She just wants to show off all the time. She throws off huge golf ball nugs. Like, I mean, she smokes good. She yields well. She grows easy. She's like,
what else?
Just the full package, you know? You're like, God damn, I got a supercar for the price of a Honda CR-V, you know?
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah, so the Lance, I think it's worth mentioning while we're talking about her. The Lance is one we're going to reverse. We're going to try to do some more breeding projects. We did that Zyrup breeding project the first time, got through some of those seeds. We got the banana taffy, kerosene candies we went over. But we're going to reverse this plant and then touch it to a bunch of our females. Keep working on seeds, keep going through the hunts and whatnot. Try to find you guys something new.
Hell yeah.
It's a candy world.
Love it. Love it. Flavor makers.
All right, so this is a new variant we brought in. We got it from our boy Ginger Larf out of Oklahoma. He's the one who's known from this, so shout out Jason. But this is Cranberry Skittles, so we're really excited about it. Honestly, she reminds me of like old school GMO just by the size of these nugs. Like this row could hit a record for us, I think. I mean, we could see 5 or 6 pounds of light off of this, which is just unreal. But one of the things to point out is we already talked about it in the Slimer room over there is like, when I touch this plant here on the glove, you're gonna be able to see here on the tip of my glove, all the white heads that are left on that. That's where you're gonna notice that this is a real like rosin washing strain. Those heads are what's gonna break off in the water when it's frozen. So this is just one of the things that we're looking for. Walking through, smelling terps, touching these plants, trying to figure out what type of resin it is, and all of these things matter into you know, making a really good fine solventless hash.
As soon as we walked into this room, this is like the smell I've been waiting for when I come into a grow. It's loud, it just like smacks you in the face. We got some crazy flavors in here. The Los Bertos, the new Cranzy, we got the Lance and the Orange Crush, right?
Candy Crush. Candy Crush. Candy Crush.
Candy Crush. Yep. There we go. Okay. Beautiful plants in here. They look happy, thriving. Yeah, love it.
They're going crazy. Yeah, I think you can smell that Lance and the Los Muertos right when you walk in the room. I mean, it hits you like a musky, just like hot summer day in like New York, you know? It's just like hot garbage in the summertime, you know? But it's what we're all searching for. It's just that loud, stinky terp.
She's fire, bro. You know, that's something.
I love the Lance.
That's something we're playing with right now, is just trying to figure out when each plant likes to finish, like for the best flavor profile, right? It's like,
do you get a little bit more lime? Do you get a little bit more cream?
Right.
Do you get
Does
it
it
like
just come through stronger? You know what I mean?
She's a grower. She's stretching out here.
Yeah.
All right, so this is your guys' honey banana.
It is.
Zalympix winner terps,
GSL.
most unique.
Yep.
It is very unique strain.
It
You
is.
smoke it, it has a very distinct smell,
Yep.
taste, everything. Tell me about this honey banana cut.
Man, she's an old cut, you know? So one of the guys heads that roll. He's the one who originated and found this cut back in the day. So he found it, made it only for hash. You know, I'm a flower guy, so this is where it kind of stemmed off. They're pulling it down in the garden, getting it ready for hash, and I'm like, you know, this looks like a good, like, Tom branch, you know? Give me a little branch of that. I want to try some flower. And, like, you know, we break it down, and I was like, yo, what the fuck? Is this, like, really that good? Like,
Dude, it's if you like banana, like I'm a banana runts, like the candy.
Yes.
I love the banana runts. I
Yeah.
love the banana taffies.
Yup.
Some people don't.
yeah,
I love it.
yeah.
It's that banana flavor. I don't understand how you guys get it out of this plant. It's wild, man.
You know, it's just this special pheno that he created, you know? Honestly, we're blessed that it was given out into the community and we were able to, like, have our chance to run it. And, you know, I don't even know how to explain how terpy it is. It's so insane. It's just next level on the flavor. But, like, you know, even a lot of these contests we would run her with, a lot of guys were like, oh, honey banana, like mid, it's gonna lose. And then they're like, what the fuck? This is crazy. And I'm like, as long as I'm not the only one, you know, like.
She doesn't have like those big sherb nugs or
No.
like anything like that. I mean, they're
No
kind of
purple.
skinny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, man.
Yeah, it's real fingery, it's loose. It reminds you, it's like nostalgic old, like 1980s high times weed, you know? But it's kind of cool to bring that back. So it's hard when you breed to find that terp and really pull it out of her, man. But like, this is just one of those special plants that has that next level flavor translation and just like banana terp that, you know, you hear banana OG or banana whatever, and it's just,
Where's the banana?
Yeah, where's the banana? Exactly, exactly. It's just not the same. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, this is the real deal.
So, Seth, we've got Lululemon
Yep,
and
Lululemon.
Blue Nami.
We got the Blue Nami.
What is this Blue Nami?
So the Blue Nami is something we took in from High Road, Maine. So shout out to Rob and those guys. We met them out in Arizona last year at Culture Cup.
Oh, hell yeah.
Linked up with them, decided we want to trade some cuts. So this is one of the cuts they sent to us. As far as I know, it is the Blue Ox and the Sour Tsunami. So you can check it out. It's got a nice, like, kind of Skittles profile to it. We received it as a washing strain, so that's what we're intending to do with it, at least for now. We got one little light here that we'll do a test wash of. We'll keep a couple branches back so we can dry them, see what the flower smokes like and whatnot. But yeah, Rob was really big on this being a great washer, clean hash. So we'll see. You know, I like the profiles that are coming off of it.
A lot of those blue strains tend to move really well in the market. People are looking for them. So taking that with a little bit of the Skittles that you're saying in there,
Everybody likes a good Skittles cross,
Should
right?
be a good one.
More weed.
More weed.
More weed,
yeah.
More weed.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
You've seen every stage of the plant today.
Yep.
This is like day 2 or 3 of flower. So
These just got put in here not too long ago.
yep, exactly. A couple days ago. Yep. Just getting going. So you know, all of our staple strains. You got Candy Crush, we got Zyrup, we got Muertos.
Yep.
Uh,
Cranberry Skittles down there.
Crazy down on the end. So you can see we run a little bit of a different setup to start with these plants. So they come from those LEDs. They're starting off at like 350 ppfd while they're in veg. So it's low light. Max peak of flower, to give some perspective, you know, we could be hitting anywhere from like 800 to 1,000 micromoles. So a lot of intensity, you know, almost 3x what they're coming out of veg on. So when we're bringing them in here, we're starting the light levels low. We're mixing the spectrum in here. So you can see a little checkerboard in there with the lights, just trying to provide a little bit of, you know, just
less
light.
infrared,
Yeah.
right?
I also just noticed your guys' under-canopy lights, you're running horizontal at like every stage.
Started jamming them in here,
We've been
bro.
in grows where it's just like one strip down in like a middle. So you guys are really killing it with those under-canopy lights
More
too.
is better.
Man.
Yeah, more light. So yeah, Tim and the guys at Faven kind of put that onto us. They're like, hey man, you should try running them perpendicular to your tables. Run a couple more of them. So these rooms actually have about 30% more of the under canopies lights than the other rooms in the old rooms. Huge difference, you know. We got 36 lights in here. You know, if this was like 2018, we'd be talking 2.5 a light pounds and we'd be stoked, right? So you're pulling 72 pounds, you're like, oh
yeah.
you know, now we're pulling 150 pounds out of this shit, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, doubling up. Doubling
up.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But we got the same workload. We actually have a little bit less plant maintenance. We're not pulling as many leaves. We're not stripping as much. We're saving all of that stuff that was once the larf and the mid that goes into the shake. You know, now we're using all of it. Those are now becoming usable tops. So yeah, it's a big change that we've had in recent years, you know?
Oh yeah.
That we've got these. This is like, I always tell everybody, this is the best grow tool I have ever bought in the last
100%.
10 years that actually did something.
Changes the game.
Hell
I
yeah.
mean, I'm a firm believer that people that don't use these in their grows eventually just won't be able to compete.
You're wasting. You're
Yeah.
missing out on all of those little C nugs that could be bigger B nugs and like
Exactly.
100%. Like Tom said, I mean, you're already in here and you're having to do all the work, right?
Yeah.
So just by bringing these in, it's a
If you
no-brainer.
can do the same amount of work and get 72 pounds, I would like to do the same amount of work and get 150.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, exactly.
High quality H2O in here. We're in the water room. Whoa, we got some big. How big are these tanks? You
These
got
are
some big ass
boys.
tanks.
Yeah, I got two 1,500 gallon tanks in here. So that'll feed just this side. That is 6 flower rooms. So about 208 lights, give or take. So this is kind of the main central, you know, watering hub that we got going on for the whole facility. You know, again, we got dosers in here. We set it up a little different this time. We got smarter. You know, we got some plumbing tricks over there. So basically we got 4 different recipes we're running on these dosers. And then what we can do is, you know, we can send it to veg, flower 4, flower 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So by just turning a valve. So right now you can show that this one's going to flower 6 because that's the recipe that we want it on. You know, whether it's a 2 EC, you know, feed or input feed that we got going on to it, or 3 input EC, just depending on the stage. If it's like just going into flower, it's ripening, you know, we're trying to start the ripening process with it, but everything's in here. So we got our Hans premium water filter. So behind you are actually the 2 replacement filters that you can see.
Boom. So these will go inside of that machine, pulling some of the bad stuff out that you don't want.
Yeah, exactly.
These
So
are
you're actually plugging water into the center of this. So the water's pushing into this and then trying to push out of it essentially, or, you know, running through it. But it's running through a very, very, very fine stream, pulling all this like iron and just nasty gunk. We run a well here, so the water's not as clean, just coming directly out of that well. But it's nice not having a water bill.
Yeah. All right, so the trim room, no machines in here.
No machines
we got
in
the
here.
team in here doing the work.
Yeah, we hid the
trimming it up.
machine for the film crew. We didn't want anyone to see
As
that.
soon as you guys
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, get everybody out,
Yeah, exactly.
wheel that thing in.
Yeah.
We got
No.
burnout OG going down in this
Burnout
room.
OG.
Can you smell
Yeah.
it? It smells gassy in here.
Yeah, yeah. One of the best OGs on the market, in my humble, non-biased opinion. But no, really, this is one of my favorite strains. It's got power, it's loud. You know, one thing we've been trying to do here is we're really trying to just be a little more meticulous with the flower. You know, we're trimming everything off the stem, as we talked about. There's no machine trimming going on, so. You know, even the stem, trimming off the stem alone has really helped us get that bag appeal we've been looking for. You know, you see the flower coming out of these rooms and it's just glistening.
So
and then,
nice.
you know, through the process with enough handling, it can turn into something different. So we're lucky we got a couple great trim crews. They're coming in here, meticulous, going through everything, just making everything pretty.
Trimming it on up.
Yeah, so this is really how it started. You know, we're kind of kebabbing everything off. You know, there's a main
So
stem.
they come from hanging on that full plant,
Yep.
drying off, and then you're kind of trimming, breaking these down into each little strip or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're trimming that even more.
Yeah, so you're really just trimming straight on the stem. So they're gonna go right up this stem and go nug, nug, and then keep this top one and, you know, trying to not touch it with their hands, right? So the less we can touch those heads, we're gonna erupt those heads or break those heads every time we touch that nug. So the less we can do to touch that and, you know, keep everything intact, I think you're gonna preserve flavor, terps, potency. I mean,
Hell
just,
yeah.
you know, looks, the whole 9 yards. So.
Yep.
All right.
All right,
Tom,
so get you
when
some of
Tom
this.
comes in the room holding a big crate, big
Yeah, we
bit of
got a
weed, what do we
diamond
got?
there, right? So this is one that we bred. It's pretty special to us. So it's honey banana times Zyrup, the banana taffy.
Oh, this is the banana
This is the
taffy.
taffy.
This is it. This is
Yeah.
what we came for.
All right,
This is what
well,
we're
here we
here
go.
Unveiling.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I mean, like, look at some of those nugs, just beautiful.
Where you get that honey banana-esque like longer,
Yes.
skinnier nug.
Exactly.
But then the Zyrup, I feel like adds a little bit of that girth to it, where it's not so like leafy.
Yeah.
Because
Kind of wispy.
That honey banana was like just super leafy.
Yeah.
Super leafy.
Yeah, it
Like
has a
really
little bit
not
better
dense.
density to it.
Yeah.
A little bit of color in there. But smell that stuff. I mean, if you haven't smelled it already, it definitely has that
I can
same
smell
honey
it as soon as
banana
he
nose.
peeled that bag back. All right, so we've seen the grow. Tom, thanks for having us out. You guys are really killing it here. Now it's time. We gotta head to processing. I gotta swap you out for Jason. All right, we here. My man Jason, fueled by Full Melt.
What up, my guy?
We're here at the processing center. Let's head on inside.
Come on. Welcome to 3300.
There's a time when we're looking to each other.
Got Opie and
cold
Austin
room.
here whipping it up.
How's it going, guys?
We're washing some Michigan material today. We're washing some Hypno Stank. If you guys want to hop up on the ladder, check
so
it
you got
out.
both. You guys got both of these full
Both
right
ospreys
now.
are running.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. No, you've been killing the Michigan collabs, bro.
Thanks, bro.
Honestly, some of my favorite, like rosin that I hit last year, the Hypnotic Honey, the Skittles.
Thank you, man.
Which that was your guys' first collab.
Collab,
that
yeah, that was our first collab with Michigan.
Killed it.
We have
You-
a bunch of new flavors coming out. Yeah, low key, we're washing exclusively Michigan now.
Hell
so,
yeah.
like, it's
Hell
pretty
yeah.
cool. We got this coming on Monday, the Lance and Cranberry Skittles. More Rambutan coming, more scented marker. But then my most anticipated room is going to be in July. We have a 300K room of all these flavors. So we're going to have some crazy
Some rainbow
flavors.
bells, the too much lime. Oh,
Strawberry
that-
push pop,
Man.
pineapple Z. Yeah, man.
Man, and I know you guys just did that. One of my favorite strains that you guys have is the Zyrup.
Yeah.
You just did the honey banana Zyrup.
We can show you guys that. I
Yeah,
have it in the,
well,
I'll break it out of the fridge actually.
Hell yeah.
And I know you guys have been to a lot of cold rooms or different labs. One thing we do is try to make it as comfortable as possible in here. So we're running at about 50, 55 degrees. Cold enough that the resin stays really nice. The water in the ospreys stay below 40 at all times. That's all chilled. So yeah, it's just a little bit different, you know what I mean? Everybody has their own little tips and tricks of the trade, right?
The built-in vibration too on there.
Yeah, so
It
that's
helps sift
the water
the
drain.
water drain. I got it, yo.
It looks really proper for late wash 90.
It does. It looks really good.
There on me.
For jar material, it's gonna be some of our first through third wash.
Oh yeah.
And like for Michigan, we're pulling 90 all the way through. You can see the color difference in the 90U to the 45.
A little way lighter.
Yep.
You got the freezer full of sand, man.
Yeah, lots of hash in here, bro. Lots and lots of hash. Kind
Yeah.
of piling up right now. But we take it from here. We're going into the freeze dryers, getting it dry as fast as possible.
Oh.
These things are
Oh
honestly...
damn, you guys are loaded up. You got some on both sides over here.
Oh, loaded
Okay.
all of the time. After every day, we're loading our freeze dryers so we can unload them the next day. We're running our freeze dryers on a 16 to 18 hour cycle, depending on how thick our hash batches are.
I was just about to ask how long a tray usually has to
Yeah,
sit in
16
there.
to 18 hours, sometimes less, depending on the batch size.
You
Yeah,
got
this
batch-
is pretty
you got
fun,
batches
man.
everywhere going, man.
It's crazy. We got batches everywhere. We're washing the Zawa from
Zawa,
Michigan, Juicy
Juicy J.
Dude, and this one from Michigan,
It's stinky.
Stinky.
Hell yeah.
some crunch berries from GP.
lots of cool stuff going on, man.
Hell yeah. And I know this is your little tech freezer here, right? We got some special tech in here.
So we like to handle all of our sifting in a little cold freezer. It's nice that we don't have to have a really cold space. You know what I mean? I kind of mentioned earlier.
You like to be comfortable,
try to make
right?
it comfortable as possible. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, what do we got here?
Yo, so we shout out to Nice Tips. They do all of our hand rolls for us. They're really nice, if you can't tell.
Ooh.
This is our rambutan. So it's not very much of this has been released out to the public yet. We're doing some hand rolls for next week for Bring Your Best Bag, Bring Your Best Dab. Want to let everybody try the flavors.
Those are some good looking, dude, those are some great looking hand rolls. Though the papaya fucking smacks you. Funky too. Nice, funky, fruity.
100%. But yeah, shout out to Nice Tips on the consistency, man. Like one of the best rollers in the game. Best rolling teams.
Killed it.
All right, guys. Growing Pains vapes.
These literally caught my eye from like across the room. I'm like, all right, what are those?
Yeah,
some
dude.
New packaging going down.
New packaging, updated packaging, a little bit louder, a little bit shinier. We also got some new hardware to show you guys. Super tight. It's gonna be an on-off switch on the bottom.
So a little preheat action.
Little preheat action.
Okay.
Do not hit it while it's preheating.
Wait for it all the way to be done.
Just let it be done. Do its thing. Hit it. You'll get a way better taste. If you hit it while it's preheating, burnt terps.
Ah, okay. Good tip. Here, we got some terps curing.
Yes, we got some terps curing. This is gonna be our big terp fridge.
Okay, so after you've done the wash, after it's dried, after you've done the press, it's in the jar and it's curing in here.
It's curing in the fridge.
Okay.
If you guys wanna come peep it.
Oh yeah.
Got a lot of flavors in here. We got our new banana taffy. Just got whipped up. This is gonna be honey banana to Zyrup.
That one I saw on your guys' Instagram that you guys pressed that. The Zyrup is one of my favorite strains that you guys ever put out. That flower is phenomenal. The honey banana, Zalympix winner, so just crossing both of them. Yeah, I'm gonna need some of that rosin.
Absolutely, man. Then we got some Sangria also cooking up here. If you guys want to see something pretty cool, the terp layer.
Nice terp layer on that jar.
Separating out really nice.
So how long has that jar been in this fridge kind of curing like that,
Yeah, this has been curing for about 10 to 12 days right now.
Okay.
Yep. Man, we're excited to bring you guys a lot of these new flavors that we've been working on. The banana taffy, delish. We got a new cranberry Skittles.
I just saw your board in there. There's like 15 strains I think I'm gonna need to try.
Grapefruit Z.
Oh man.
Lots of new flavors, man.
We're here at the art gallery with Mona Lisa. What are we pressing today?
Today we're working on some Michigrown. They've been sending us some fire flavors. Working on pressing their rainbow belts today.
Okay.
So one thing we do, this is just storage of hash. Storage of hash. But we are gonna vac seal our bags just to make sure we have room in our freezer. What it does is kind of, you'll hear people call it the clear tech, right? We're taking the air bubbles out of the hash.
By vacuum?
By vac sealing.
Okay. So you're taking that sand, you're filling those bags.
100%.
You're vac sealing those bags.
And then bags down and they're greasing up. And don't let the darkness fool you. It's really light in color once we get it on the press.
I'm excited to check it out.
Yeah, let's check it out.
So you're gonna run 3 presses here? You got
100%. So we're using the Medusa from Low Temp plates. We got 3 4x7 plates. We're gonna press 60 grams per bag. I'm gonna slide it into press there. So we're doing 2 different techniques of parchment folds. This is kind of more of like a waterfall technique into the jar. And then for the 2 outside plates, I'm gonna make a boat.
Yeah, you're good. Oh, it looks so pretty.
So as I kind of mentioned earlier, with us vac sealing the bags, it's removing the little bubbles that will be in the hash, and then you result in a really clear,
super clear line.
Almost looks like distillate, right?
And at this point, you're pressed up. You're ready to go.
Full yield, yes,
oh,
sir.
Oh, man. I love rainbow belts, too. It's such a good strain.
It is. And this is the number 7 cut. It's a pretty well-known cut. I will let you guys smell these hash bags when I post-press.
Bro, that's wild.
It's like aromatic, right?
That's wild the way that
like
smells.
wafting.
Oh, I love it.
It's almost
So this one here on the right, or your left, was just pressed yesterday, the rainbow belts.
Yep.
So this is right after it's been pressed. It'll sit in the jar like this. This jar here has been curing for
Maybe
a week.
A day.
Yeah, oh, a day. So and it's
so strain
just
specific.
a few days afterwards, and you're already starting to get that like terp layer kind of crash out, that separation just within 1 day to a few days difference.
And again, it's totally resin dependent. Some resin it will crash in a day. Some will take 5 days. Some
But you see that nice terp layer like all the way on top of there, where it's just in that like liquidy form there. That's insane.
That's going to be our new delish, Z to Sweet Retreat. Not many people have her yet, but if you want to give her a smell, I think it's like
Dude,
crunch berries.
I don't even need to hold it up. And yes, that crunch berries really kind of comes through there. Oh my goodness.